We are
Didi
and Arma, and in our daily lives we support people on the path of self-liberation. We teach time-tested energy skills like Qigong, Tai Chi, internal alchemy, traditional nutrition and meditation.
We help people release stagnation, build energy, and become aligned with themselves and their purpose in life.
In this podcast, we share the methods, skills, and solutions that helped us, our students, and now hopefully you move forward.
Let's explore transformation together.
And today we have a question again, and it's about our morning ritual. Well, that's a very, very good question because, in the morning you have the chance to set up yourself for the day. So maybe, first we're going to look at Didi, what she's doing. And so tell us, what's your ritual?
My ritual is, first get up. And then first thing I do, after, of course, going to the toilet, is that I sit down with my journal. And then I write down 3 things. First, I start with what I love about myself. A couple of sentences. Then gratitude. What am I thankful for? That can be anything. And then what are my intentions for the day?
Wow. So you really start with a mindset approach, really, right? It's not only the mindset, it's also like you could say a feeling set. Because if you were looking at, if you start with what you love about yourself, I mean, that gives me sort of, goosebumps. So can you tell a little bit on when you started that and how that got into your life?
Yeah, actually, it started when I read a book by Kate Northrup about Money, a Love Story. And it was really about how do you perceive yourself? So I was like, okay. And she said, do this for 21 days.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
And I still write a number every day. Like when I write down in my journal, I write down what day it is. Or not what day, but how many days I've already done it.
So and where are you now?
I'm somewhere around 900. So
wow.
So I do love a lot about myself. Yeah.
That's awesome because I think she said like do 21 days because 21 days is like this magic number if you want to build in a routine, right? So
exactly.
she that worked with you for sure.
Yeah. So and then another thing. So I write these 3 things down and then I have this beautiful picture of myself as a child and I always connect with my inner child in the morning. So I just say, good morning. And
how are you doing?
How are you doing?
How are you feeling?
And I'm so glad you're here with me for this day. So,
wow.
And that was something I picked up from another course, the Mother Wound course by Bethany Webster. And since I've been doing this, there is this great shift in my life because it really got a connection with my inner child and with my feeling. And I do understand where things are coming from. So, this is,
so, and when you're talking about like the shift going through, well, because that's already a couple of years. So, I mean, how, if you would go back like before you started this and how you feel now, what are the main differences? What's your outlook on yourself, the world, your being?
It's my day just is not the same if I do it, if I don't do it. So it just sets the intentions for the day, and it really starts with going into myself for these. It's maybe 5 to 10 minutes. It's not a long ritual.
No, but
it's just a short ritual.
But very profound.
Very profound, yeah. And it just, it turned my life around. Doing this and some other stuff in the morning. But this is this is the thing that I will never skip.
Wow, exactly. It's like that's just the bottom line for your day is setting these intentions. Getting connection with yourself, with your inner being. And I think also, and we can talk about that a little bit later as well, because I'm doing that as well, but starting from a gratitude, gratitude. I mean, that's really profound, right?
And what you see when you do this day after day after day after day, you see for how many things you're grateful. there are so many things. I mean, you can be grateful for great connections. You can be grateful for the plants that grow around your house. You can be grateful for the rain or the sun or the stars or the moon, or you can be grateful for
people in your life.
But also the small things that there is a butterfly outside your window, or, you know, it's all these things add up. And when you write it down every day, it's getting more into your consciousness.
Yeah, for sure. And I think you see more, you feel more, you experience more, and
with writing down what your intentions are, again, it's being very clear on what you do want that day.
Yeah.
So if you said in the morning that you want connection, you want clarity, you want to have a fun day, and then you maybe go out and somebody yells at you, you think, no, but that was not what I want to do today. So I react in a different way to this person.
Yeah, so it doesn't really land on you because you're not in that sort of receptive state for that. You're coming from a gratitude point of view, but point of that's where you're coming from,
exactly.
right?
Exactly.
So and it's hard to. So if you look at the ego, right? I mean, you could say in the mornings like, I just want to feel good, right? And concentrate. I'm going to feel good, which is good, you know. But your ego might be a little bit like, really, you know, you know, it's raining, it's pouring, you know, and you have this colleague you're going to see in a couple of, you know, there's all these things that can trigger that, right? But whereas you go to gratitude, the ego sort of has to step back, right? Yeah. It's like, okay, the ego cannot sabotage gratitude. Yeah, exactly. And that's a very important thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. So, any physical things?
Yeah. So, after doing this, I'm going to walk with the dog.
Yeah.
Because he stands there, he wants to go out. And that's 25 minutes of walking around. We have a lovely park here. So, walking outside, breathing. And, I try to just be there. It's not always, but I just try to really be there with him. And so that's my first physical exercise. And then I come back. And most of the time you've cooked our breakfast.
Yep.
And then we eat a warm meal.
Yep.
Most of the times that's soup with a lot of veggies. And after the soup, and also during our breakfast, we
will say affirmations, right? So we bless the food and you know what do we want of this day. But it's mostly some things are so always the same, you could say. Yeah. So and we always end up with all is well.
Yeah,
it's like all is well.
Yeah.
Right? Let everything that needs to come. Let everything that needs to go. All is well. We say that with every meal, right?
Yeah. So, and that's also very powerful. I love that we're doing that. So, and after that, I do my stretches.
Yeah. And sun salutation yoga, right?
Yeah.
And things like that. Yeah.
That's also something I've done for years and years and years. So, I really opened my body. And then we've started the kettlebell swings again. And if we have, so it depends on how much time we have.
Yeah.
If we have some more time, we'll do some meditation. And otherwise, then our day starts.
Yeah.
And a shower in between, of course. That's a nice one. So, yeah.
We're lucky with that. Yeah, for sure.
So there's a part that I do myself, and there's a part that we do together most of the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, cool. I mean, and it's changed everything, right? I mean, so there's this mindset thing, there's the food, there's the ritual with the dog, which we are grateful for, right? I mean, you any kind of weather, you have to go outside and walk. Yeah. So we're getting a lot of walking in the day as well. So my own ritual starts with power stretching. So I want to first start on the physical, with the physical. So I'll do exercises that are about extreme stretches combined with vital breathing. pore breathing, and throwing. So what I do with that is that I get myself really connected with my vital energy. It's fascia strengthening, and there's a relaxation. The song comes after that as well. And if that's like 10 minutes, I do that for 10 minutes. I feel vital. I feel open. The construction is open. It feels like, well, it feels like home, really, right? So that's the first thing I'm doing. After that, I will be 10 minutes on the trampoline. So the trampoline will even reinforce more of the fascia building. It will reinforce more sung, but it will throw everything around. It's vital. I mean, it's a construction building. It's
and very playful as well.
And very playful. Yeah, because it just throws the energy around, right?
Yeah.
I mean, look at little children on trampolines, and you become a little child again. So there's this connection as well, right? This inner child thing. I mean, I start my day. I'm quite a physical guy, so I like to start physical. But after that, I have the same sort of routine with Didi. I sort of stole my routine a little bit from Tony Robbins because he's a little bit also about. There's like this 3-part thing, right? So the first thing I do is the same. It's like gratitude. I like to go to gratitude. The second thing I'm doing is that I think of a couple of people who need some help, or that I know are in difficult times or whatever, and I send them a little prayer. And the third thing is also I think about my 3 main objects of the day, the tasks of the day. I project them between my hands, and I breathe vital energy in there. So that's really a hermetic approach to setting intentions, because I'm in the vital field and I look at the thing I want to accomplish, and then I see it happen, and that really, really, really helps. And then the routine for now at this moment is that I'm doing a lot of Akasha and light training, which I learned from Mark Rasmus. It's hermetic training. So I used to do a lot of form training, Tai Chi training and things like that, but it has shifted towards this training for sure now, because that's sort of where the magic is for me now. I learned that like 4 years ago or something. I'm teaching this as well now, and that really helps me to get in the good mood, in the good flow, and Akasha training, which is Wuji training, if you use the Chinese word for that. It's all about law of attraction, really. It's all about recognizing stagnations, drawing things towards you. The light training is really a cleansing. It's more like, okay, I want to be able to be my truest self, right? So that's what hermetic training is all about, is getting rid of any stagnations. And this is more like high-level training to accomplish that. So I'll be doing that a lot in the morning. And then from there, I'll cook breakfast, have breakfast. And we've become very sharp with our routines because we found that it really helps. And one thing also is very important: no screens.
No.
Before our breakfast, right? It's only after our breakfast.
First, be done with your rituals.
Yep.
And then it's time to get into the flow of the day. And then, if we're recording a podcast after that,
after that. So the Wi-Fi is off now. We're recording this, right? And it's not on. No screens.
Yeah.
We've been really, really, I mean, it's a bit of a double-edged sword, of course. You're listening to this somewhere on the internet, right? But we've been using internet to our advantage now, right? We want to be really careful when we're using internet, when we're online, and what we're doing online. And then from there, we're going to look at, okay, now it's off. We can just turn it off and no more internet. And that really...
gives you a lot more time.
But it's an energy drainer for sure. Yeah, so you'll feel so much better. You'll sleep better and everything. So
again, be very conscious with that as well.
Yeah. And from there, my day will unfold. Like I teach a lot, so I'll be teaching form. I will be teaching partner training. I will be doing a lot of things. But this is the bottom line for me. And the bottom line is that you can influence how you feel and how you start your day instead of like external stuff coming in, right? And no, I want to start from the internal and then outwards. And that really, really helps. And
that's it.
Yeah, and we'll be doing more of that. So for sure.
Absolutely. Oh,
okay. Well, I hope this helps, right? Shed some light on what we're doing, and hopefully you're building your own routine, and maybe you are already having a routine, and share it. We love to hear what you're doing. And
absolutely. And if you do have a question for us for one of our Chi quests, then please send it to info@chiskills.com. We're very happy to answer them. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks for listening. Yeah. Thanks for watching.
And like and subscribe, and see you.
We'll be back. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.